Thank you very much for inviting me here today. These debates, of course, are an important part of the democracy we all enjoy. I'd like to point out that every one of us up here cares about our community, both the jobs and the environment and our recreational facilities. And, you know, this is the crowd where where we're talking about jobs. And I'll tell you, everybody here wants more jobs and a stronger community, a stronger economy. But I'll tell you this, we all have different strategies on how to get there. And I believe my strategy and the strategy of many others is rooted in a strong business and practical sense. And this requires the district to work collaboratively with others around Humboldt Bay, all of the agencies that we have here, and with our community and our stakeholders. The trails are coming, and I'm excited about that. It was one of the things I worked really hard on, and I think we're going to see that happening. Restoration is happening. That's also happening around Humboldt Bay, and both of these things are good for the economy too. They aren't just aesthets. They aren't just for tourists. Trails are the types of things that bring businesses to Humboldt Bay, that look for the entrepreneurs that are looking for those types of infrastructures. Restoration helps the bounty with regards to our estuarine restorations, are helping to increase crab and fish populations like you can't believe, and that's really great. So I believe it's time for a shift. It's time for a new way of thinking. It's time to really stop planning through the rearview mirror and look forward with regards to how we move forward with Humboldt Bay. And I want to thank you once again, and I want to ask for your vote for 4 more years as your commissioner for the Humboldt Bay Harbor Recreation and Conservation District. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As has been mentioned, yes, we are all working for jobs, and I think we all are also working for the environment. One thing that's been shown in Humboldt County is that small businesses do very well. They employ a lot of people. Many of them that started here actually wind up leaving. The one key thing that people respond to when I've been going door to door is when I tell them that we have to realize that this is the 21st century. Every single person nods their head. This is the 21st century. We need to look at jobs that fit into that. They're not going to be the same jobs that fit into the 19th century and the 20th century. In that case, I think Mike has the right idea that we need to move in a slightly different direction. One thing I think we really need to look at is the dredging issue. It is costly. It's also doing a lot of damage to the bay. I think we need to look at what kinds of shipping we want in here and determine whether we need to continue that deep dredging. And I think there also is money to be had in restoration. This can create jobs. It's something that the district has been working on and is continuing to, and I support them in that. So I thank you for letting us come and visit with you.
I'm sorry if I did not get to your question, but it is 20 of 2, and I thank you. And it's not just a platitude to say, please vote. And because without your input, you don't have a direction that represents the whole community. Thank you very much for coming here. Please vote.
And I want to thank you all myself. And it's unfortunate that John Ash was not able to be with us today, but you all, and including John, all 5, will have an opportunity this evening at Humboldt Area Foundation at a candidates night that the League of Women Voters is sponsoring.
No, and the Humboldt Bay Stewards are sponsoring.
Well, at the League.
The League is moderating.
Right. And you'll also have another opportunity at the end of this month that the League is doing, and it's either on Keat or community access. I talked to Bird this morning and she couldn't remember for sure which. anyway, you'll all have the opportunity. I think all of you gave us very good answers to the questions. Your answers fit in quite nicely with our goals: the rail, the trail, the harbor, the dredging, the jobs. The main thing is jobs. And as one of them said, usually at these elections, the turnout is fairly low. And I hope that this time it will be, that everybody will encourage everyone else that you know to get out and vote, because it's really important. What happens to our bay is so essential to all of us, and what happens with our environment. And we need to bring back jobs. I used to feel like every time I got up in a public meeting to speak that I had this thing printed on my forehead: stable, long-lasting living wage jobs with good benefits. That's it. So thank you all for coming, and thank you candidates for coming.
I just have a quick little apology, which is 1684 is the number.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.